I heard the daughter is so distraught she's refusing to leave her rooms. So exciting.
Scandalous. No doubt Isabel is beside herself. Poor girls. If you want the latest scandal or gossip, you can talk to Remard. Me? I never gossip.
What brings you to our tourney grounds here at Castle Navire? Oh, never mind that. Have you heard the latest? The Knight Commander has offered her daughter's hand in marriage to the Sapphire Tourney winner. Everyone's aghast. Well, Aurelia has been the most desirable hand on High Isle for years, but no one thought she'd ever commit to a match. Seems the Commander has forced the issue. Oh no, that would be a slap in the face to her mother. And Aurelia is such a good girl. More scandal. Her friend Isabel is a participant in the tourney. She's sworn to free Aurelia from her mother's promise. I can't wait to find out what happens. If you help Isabel win the tournament, she could agree to marry Aurelia, then free her from the shortest engagement in history. Delicious!
What do you want?
Don't worry, sweetheart. I'll figure something out. I always do. I'm sorry, this isn't the best time. My friend Aurelia has a bit of a problem. Her mother has promised her hand in marriage, and I need to get her out of it. Somehow. Actually, you look quite capable. Would you mind lending me a hand? Apologies. My name is Isobel Veloise. I'm an aspirant in the Sapphire Tourney, a proving ground for squires looking to join the knightly orders. Aurelia's mother is Knight Commander and, brashly offered her daughter's hand as a prize. Well, normally, aspirants only compete in one of the trials. If I can win all three, the Knight Commander will be compelled to grant a boon of my choosing. I can free Aurelia from her mother's promise. What do you say? Will you be my second? The 8 must have me in their hearts. My second just left my service, and here I was thinking I'd have to do it alone. All right, there are 3 knightly orders here on the Isle. Let's decide what task to tackle first. The people of the Sisters take pride in our knights, the same as anywhere in High Rock. The Sapphire Tourney hosts 3 orders: the Iron Knot, the Oaken Order, and the Order of the Albatross. They're martial warriors and excellent to horse. You might say the Iron Knot is the most traditional of the Sapphire Orders. Our trial will be to find the hilt from a lost sword called Redheart. It was the blade of the first Duke Dufort. Somewhere on these lands, before they belonged to the Duforts, the hilt supposedly had a massive rough-cut ruby in it. Should be easy to spot. My last squire, Burjo, suggested we hit the castle library to get an idea of where to start looking. Oaken Knights tend to be battle mages, conjurers, and support spellcasters. Their power stems from High Isle's strong tradition of druidic magic. Our trial will be to convince an elder to give us a staff, a symbol of their order. I'm guessing it won't be that straightforward, but who knows? There's a way shrine near the Coral River to the east. I'll meet you there, and we can make for the site of the trial. 8 above help me. They're artists and sailors, singers, bards, and pirates all. Brave, swashbuckling warriors that make you recite poetry. Ghastly stuff. No, thankfully. Our trial will be to reclaim the gilded loot of Captain Brenvale. The story goes that he went down into the castle crypts years ago, hoping to use song and steel to subdue a spirit. He never returned. Hopefully we'll do better. Oaken Knights tend to be battle mages. I'm guessing it won't be that straightforward, but who knows? They're martial warriors and excellent to horse. Somewhere on these lands, before they belonged to the Duforts, The hilt, supposedly. Let's meet up at the castle library in the Knight's Wing. I've spent many an hour there studying up on monsters, history, and healing. My only complaint is there aren't a lot of novels. Of course. Drake, I'm sorry. I bet I came on a little strong. I've spent months preparing for the tourney, and now the commander's pronouncement has sent me adrift. I'll be all right. What would you like to know? Sorry. It's a curse I picked up from my dad. A word from the old druid tongue that's been co-opted for common folk. I sort of grew up here at the castle, and it's a little more acceptable than the curses the dockhands use, so I use it. Aurelia and I grew up together. We've been close since we were very young, and, well, I can't stand the thought of her marrying one of the other aspirants. Especially Morton's. My goodness, what a dreary man. Nope. The tourney is only called every few years, as schedule and aspirants allow. The commander wants to make sure there are enough people in the mix to make it a challenge. And the orders are only so large on High Isle, as you might imagine. I'm not sure how Tam's folk tourneys work, but here each order sets a challenge. Attempting the challenge for an order marks you in good standing, and each order only chooses 1 or 2 aspirants for knighthood. It's fairly competitive as a result. I'm not a knight just yet. That's why I'm in the tourney. I was a squire for years before I came an aspirant. You don't want to know how many stalls I've cleaned. The tourney gives me a chance to prove my worth to the orders, you see. That's a handsome question. I wish I had an answer for you. I can see ways that I'd be a good fit for either the Oaken Order or the Iron Knot. Maybe even the Order of the Albatross. That's a problem for Day's End, Isobel to face. Go on, I'll catch up with you at the castle's library. It's easy to find. Big room, full of books. Can't miss it.
I am going to have one more go at convincing my mother, excuse me, the Knight Commander, to see reason. Making a promise like that for me? What was she thinking? Have you seen the other aspirants? Ugh, Langley is a bore, Brelinol cares only for coin, and Snag is an oath. And then there's the milksop moribund Mortons. The less said about him, the better. That's a complicated question. The easy response is that Commander Jorvel never goes back on her word. But it's more than that. The tourney means the world to her, and in recent years, we've had fewer entrants. No, she just wants me to be happy. It's expected of noble ladies on High Isle to marry for advantage. Advantage to the ladies, mind. She thinks I'm afraid to take that step and wanted to give me, well, a push.
Yeah.
There you are. Let's see if we can unearth the past, shall we? People left books open all over the place. How rude. Find anything promising? Let's chat.
I didn't know you were interested in that genre. I'll have to remember that.
What was that one about? I found something about crop rotation. Exciting. The book was already open. I bet my old second Burjo offered the same advice he gave me to Aspirant Langley. Drake! Let's see. You're right. Looks like the Duforts had a holdfast there, before they became nobles. Oh wait! I know this place. It's an old ruin off to the east. Aurelia and I used to pretend it was a witch's lair when we were young. Well, in my defense, I didn't know it was owned by the Duforts when we played there as kids. We also didn't go looking for knightly relics, which now I wish we had. There aren't really roads back there, but I remember a nice wide path we can take. I'll mark your map. Maybe if we hurry we can beat Burjo and Langley to the ruin. I'll see you there. I'm hoping we can beat the other aspirants to the hilt. Each of the captains have their own view on how to earn honor. I've heard stories that the Iron Knot's captain, Orelfeth, has slain trolls twice her size. So just swinging a sword won't impress her. She wants warriors that can think as well as fight. That's a funny thought. I don't think so, but we can ask her. The hilt itself is classic Iron Knot, a historic trophy from a mighty warrior who fell in single combat at a crucial battle and changed history with his blade.
Oh, Madame Veloise, you're too late. I'm here first, you cannot pass through.
I guess what he said. Sorry, Isobel.
Hurry up, will you, lad? I'll need sustenance forthwith, and you don't have much time to make me a meal.
Second, over here. Let's talk. It's not worth a row with Langley over who can search the woods first. I'd best him easily, don't get me wrong. But blatant fighting between aspirants is frowned upon. Doesn't matter. I have an idea. Langley's first and last thoughts every day are about himself. He'll have Burjo working on moving those trees. Well, until he gets bored. So let's just go around. Remember, Aurelia and I used to play up by the ruin. There's a path around the rise to the east. Let's go carefully, though. We stopped playing up there when a Fawn warband moved in. Here it is, just like I remembered, by the curved tree. The ruin should be at the top of the rise. This is it. The old stones, the locals call it. Let's find that hilt. That's it! Come on, let's get out of here before Langley and Burjo arrive.
Careful there, Squire!
Let's ride!
Don't let the branches snap back! You've scratched my armor! That hilt must be around here somewhere. Get to work!
I'm not sure it's chivalrous of me, but I hope that ours wastes the rest of the day looking for that hilt. We did it! Red Heart's hilt! As a knight aspirant, I know I should wish all of my competitors equally good luck. But Stendarr, forgive me. I hope Langley gets bitten by every mosquito out here. I am. I assumed the Iron Knot trial would be all about swordplay and martial skill. Maybe horse riding. Horses and I don't like each other much. Anyway, I'm actually quite pleased how we did. Let's move on. Eight above, help me. No, thankfully. Our trial will be to reclaim the... We can meet up at the Navire Chapel. The entrance to the catacombs is in there.
Yeah!
Eight, give me strength. Of all the sneaky, dishonest... We've got a small hitch in this rope. The key to the catacombs entrance is usually right near the door. But someone took it. Drake, I hope not. The idea of aspirants trying to directly sabotage each other doesn't sit well with me. And I see that look in your eye. No lockpicking. But buff my plates. We still need that key. Yes, let's split up. I'll go speak to the castle stewards, and you head for the offices of the Knight Commander. We can meet back here. Stendarr willing, one of us will have some luck. I still can't believe someone took the key. So childish. I bet it's Morton's. Morton's. I mean, they're not real pirates. They're knights who ride the waves instead of horses. And sing. By the gods, do they sing. There's an old joke around the castle that they're called the Order of the Albatross because they're so damned loud. Yes, a golden lute. The story goes that some years back, the head of the order, Sir Brenvale, went down to clear the catacombs of a mad spirit. I think it was some Dufort noble? I'm not sure who, but Sir Brenvale never returned. I'll be honest, this is one order I'm not likely to join. They're an odd group. But it kind of makes sense. Just think of them as something like chivalric bards. They're constantly on the hunt for new adventures, new tales to tell. Let's meet back inside the chapel. The catacombs entrance is down the stairs.
Tired of walking anyway.
Oh, Mother. How could you do this to me? Thank you for assisting Isobel. I'm so grateful to you both. Aspirant Mortons came by not that long ago and told me he already had a honeymoon trip planned. The audacity! Oh, one of the other knights probably took it or hid it. Cheating! Isobel will not like that. One of my mother's aides might have one. It's good she sent you to ask, though. Best she avoids the Night's Wing for now. She and I have been friends since we were very young. Knowing Izzy, she'll want to avoid even rumors she appealed to my mother for help. I'd start by asking Dame Hendra. Nilsman might have a key as well.
High King Emmerich's truly blessed. He survived another attempt on his life.
If you don't have an appointment to meet with Commander Jorvel, make one. She's busy, as am I. The Nord over there can make the appointment for you, if he's not writing that god's-awful poetry at the moment. And I'm looking for a posting more interesting than pushing papers for Knight Commander Jorvel, or playing politics with snooty nobles. Tell me, why should I give a key to the first peasant who comes wandering in off the lawn?
Oh, hello! Do you need an appointment to meet with the commander? She's a very busy woman. I should be able to find room in her schedule. How does next month sound? No, I'm sorry, that's not something I can give. Wait, I take it back. I'll give you all the keys you want. Just do me one small favor. Give this note to Lady Aurelia. Discreetly. It's my latest poetic offering. A treatise on her virtue. It's crucial that you do not reveal who it's from. One day, I shall reveal myself as the author, and she will finally see true love.
Hello again. Did you manage to find that key? A poem for me? Who? Oh, this is from Nilsman, isn't it? Every one of the tourney aspirants is after me, and I have a bookish Nord sending me poetry. This day is... I've had better. Gross. All right, since it's for Isabel, I'm sure it's yet another ode to my hair or face or something. Tell him I blushed prettily and said I would read it later when I'm alone. Good luck. Oh dear, I think he's just over there.
I saw you talking to her. Isn't her voice beautiful? Like a gentle brook burbling through a forest glade. Sorry. Did you give her the note? How did she react? Gentle dove, she is an Aedra come to Nirn. Her beauty is too much for we poor fools. I fancy myself a rather decent poet, you know. One day... Wait, I was supposed to do something for you, wasn't I? Yes, of course! Here you go. I shall remember your service to true love. Perhaps with a line in the epic romance I have been writing. The heroine is named Aurelia. Once it's completed, I'll have a bard perform it, and you shall be invited.
Off we go!
I hope you've had better luck than I did. The stewards were no help at all. You've got a key? Wonderful! Alright, let's see if we can find that fancy loot. Sir Brynvale probably made it deep into the crypts. These catacombs have been built up over generations. Might be a bit twisty down here.
Off with you, Swit!
Hello? I say, Langley, is that you? Help a fellow out?
It's Isobel Veloise, Mortons. I'm here with my second. We'll try to help you.
Whoever you are, I was here first. You gotta hang back. Tourney honor demands it. No, I'm hiding. I have a bit of a fear of spiders, you see. In my defense, I made it past a bunch of the smaller ones, but I lost my nerve when a giant red-eyed beastie leapt out at me. Just a moment. You won't get very far without the key to the deep crypts. which I just happen to have. Ha! I tell you what, when that thing surprised me, I may have dropped my sword. Return it to me and I'll slip you the key. What do you say? Gods, it's such a pity to have to pull up on this task. Lady Aurelia is a treasure. Lovely to look at, and so well connected.
The last of them? Oh, thank feck. Didn't they? Quite the mummy.
Hello? Is that you all with my sword? Or a spider? If you're a spider, please leave.
We found your sword, Wardens. My second will pass it to you.
Oh, you're back. How lovely. Did you manage to find my sword? Oh, very good. You know, I've always said that Isobel was a fair hand. Never doubted you for a moment. Here's your key. The door to the deep crypt should be off the main chamber east of here. Yes, well, we're both sporting. Well done all around. And perhaps you won't mention this when telling the tale of your trial? There's there. And well played. Good luck to you both.
Work with me here.
Never been this far into the catacombs. What a story this will make.
Try breaking free!
They say that Sir Brenvale died at the hands of a ghost. The old Mad Duke. Ugh, gives me the shivers. Look! I think that's the loot! Oh. And that must be what remains of Sir Brenvale, then. We've got it! Drake, let's get out of here.
La! At last, someone has retrieved my gilded loot. Come, follow me, away from this place. That ghastly mad spirit may return anon. Hark! I shall serenade you on your way. Oh, Sir Brenvale did enter these halls with a heart full of song. La! It did not take him long to hear the spirit's calls. Oh! He met the Mad Duke in combat. Oh ho! And they danced with swords all night long. La! Alas, Brenvale's skill was all for naught, and the quest went all awry. Oh! And now, you know the end of the tale. Oh ho! This is where I bid you adieu. Sir Brenvale, the golden-voiced, the silver-tongued, once the head of the Order of the Albatross, at your service, oh, gentlefolk. Of course they did, good chaps, and of course, I was one of the Order's most renowned composers. They no doubt wish to put my beautiful gilded lute in a place of honor. Ah, yes, I'm sure when I did not return, there were many a fair damsel who wept inconsolable tears. After all, once you hear my voice raised in song, to know the voice of Sir Brenvale the Golden was silenced. A tragedy. Of course, I commend your efforts. Please, let the rest of the Order know that I, Sir Brenvale the Golden, shall now depart this plane at last. My next performance will be in the great theaters of Aetherius. Adieu. Farewell, farewell.
Those catacombs were musty as a crypt. Not quite how I imagined that would go. But we faced the Mad Duke, walked with the spirit of Sir Brenvale, and lived to tell the tale. I'm sure the Order will approve. Good, except for the make up a poem or sing a song about it part coming at the end of the tourney. That I'm less excited about. Let's keep moving. Oaken Knights tend to be battle mages, I'm guessing it won't be that straightforward, but I'll meet you near the old Way Shrine just up the road. Ugh, I thought I heard Sneg yelling in the distance. He's another aspirant and a complete donkey's arse. Never mind him, we're on a quest. So we have a bit of a leg up on this one. The Elder is a wizard named Erlebrew. He's actually a friend of my father's. He used to tell me stories when I was young. Funny little man. I would never! Stealing is, well, unknightly. Knowing Erlebrew, the challenge will be more about thinking and reason than magic or subterfuge. Right. If I remember correctly, I think he lives in a little grotto to the south, near the coast. He likes his privacy, our Oaken Elder. I suppose in the stories, knights are usually all swords and glory, but the druids have been here forever, practically. Every kid in the Sisters grows up knowing a little bit about runes and nature and the true way. I think they used to be, but no, these days anyone can join. Even non-mages who want to learn the ways of Ifre. Just another little quirk of life on High Isle.
Yeah.
Sneg and Drellin all beat us here.
Get behind me, squires! Sneg was here first! Ha!
We arrived at the same time, you simpering buffoon.
Well, you're still too late. A wizard's magic is no match for the strength and honor of this aspirant. For honor!
Alright, seems like the direct approach won't work here.
I'm sure I can get this barrier open.
Erlebrew doesn't go easy on aspirants, it seems. I think the trick to this is the pillars themselves. A cat's paw. Look at that branch there. Representing Spriggans, maybe? A bird. Looks like a forest heron, perhaps. That old man. I know exactly how to bring down the barrier. He's lifted the pillars and the symbols from a story he told me as a child. Almost exactly. A wise old sage puts up a barrier around his home. He's trying to protect a little girl he's raising from a fearsome dark knight. She grows up to be a mighty warrior, but the sage makes her figure a way out of the sacred grove. In the tale, the symbols on the pillars held the key. Like the cat there. A cat's paw is a pretty little flower that grows in shady forests. And that bird looks like a forest heron. I'd bet anything we need one of their feathers. I've seen it before. It's a druidic symbol for Spriggans. In the tale, she befriended one that lived in the grove. She wore a Spriggan's veil, a wreath of leaves they shed every year. Here, if you can find the items, I'll guard our spot. You're back, carrying feathers and branches and flowers, I hope. I'm pretty sure that's not how we're supposed to do this. Cat's paw, beautiful. A Spriggan's veil, powerful symbolism. That did it! Can you talk to him? I'm all sweaty.
Oh, hello then. Figured out my barrier, did you? And is that little Izzy I see back there? Oh, yes. I hoped it would be her. She remembered the tale of Myriette la Courageuse, eh? So nice you two could come out there. Usually it's just me and the forest spirits these days. Of course not. Solve the puzzle, take the staff. That's the idea, right? What's out back leaning against the cottage? Enjoying good health, second. Off you go then, and be careful where you put that thing. That staff's like me. It might be old, but it can still zap the ears off a rabbit if you aren't careful. Oh, no, that would be wildly inappropriate. I pulled this challenge directly from the pages of one of my favorite books. Who can blame me? I'm a daffy old wizard. Come here, lass. No need to dawdle near the door like you're still a squire.
Thank you, you old goat. Still thinking of me all these years later. Just need to grab that staff now, and the oaken trial is in the bag. I mean, not literally. I don't have a bag large enough for the staff, but you understand my point. We've got the staff. The moment I heard Erlebrew was representing the Order, I knew we might have a shot. Well done. I am. Those stories Erlebrew told me when I was little, they're a part of why I'm in the tourney today. And I won't lie, it's nice to know he still cares about me. Strange, lovely man. Let's move on. All that's left is to present the trophies. Everyone will be gathered at the tourney pavilion. I'm excited. And nervous. I get a bit uncomfortable being the center of attention. Here, meet me on the jousting grounds. We'll head in together.
Off we go!
Sister, we can't just threaten everyone into becoming druids. We need these good folks to appreciate the woods, not fear them.
You fool. No one appreciates the forest on their own. I know these merchants. They'll take all they can and leave the land a husk. Blah! You stink of that blasted Gonfalon Bay. My imbecilic brother and I are in the middle of a discussion. So, speak up. What do you want? Do you expect me to dance and sing while those blasted nobles use our forests for sport? When peasants tear down all the animals' homes to make useless fences for their farms? Something has to be done, or we'll lose everything of worth that's here. They are if they have sense. I'm not one of those spineless stone lords like my brother. Drastic change requires action. And if you think I've gone too far, then pray you never meet members of the other circle.
Ah, a city dweller. Have you come to take enjoyment in the wilderness of the Sisters Archipelago? Beautiful, isn't it? How do you feel about nature? Oh, it's a simple matter. Nature is home to all, but many city dwellers and merchants don't see that as truth. My sister feels slighted by the nobles of Gonfalon Bay, but I know the value of patience. All things change with time. No, we Stone Lord Druids know that we can't force our beliefs on anyone. We strive to do our best and practice the way we see fit. We welcome all who want to join, of course. But my sister and the Eldertide want change regardless of its price. If you look carefully, I'm sure you'd find many small circles communing with nature, but most align to either my circle or my sister's. Still, there is a third, but it's bad luck talking about them. I have enough to deal with here.
Blah! You...
Yeah.
Isobel! You've saved me! I'd better go and take my place. I promised Mother I wouldn't embarrass her. Please tell me you've good news. I saw Sir Langley stomping around in a temper. He's got a whopper of a bruise, too. Oh, I do hope my Isobel didn't punch him. She's not usually the punching sort, but he is such a, well, a ninny.
I think my nerves are as settled as they're going to be. I get more anxious doing formal things like this than I do fighting werewolves. Come on, Izzy. Deep breaths. We walk in, and the tourney herald announces us. I go forward and claim the trophies. As my second, you have the honor of displaying each of them as I call them out. Oh, and most important, don't start laughing when I recite a poem. It's tradition, Stendar help me. The Order of the Albatross requires it. Having you do this with me was more than helpful. You've been a calm and steady influence. A real partnership. Thank you. Let's just get through this last bit. Follow me. The sooner we start, the sooner it's over.
Lords and ladies, men and mer, a knight aspirant approaches the stage. Lady Isobel Veloise.
Let's get things started.
Proceed, madam. Your second may present any trophies you have won.
Together, we found the hilt of blade Redheart, lost in a battle long ago. This we present to the Order of the Iron Knot.
Well done, Aspirant Veloise.
To the Order of the Albatross, we present the Gilded Lute of Sir Brenvale.
Wonderful. Now, perhaps we could hear a poem or ditty about the adventure, Aspirant.
The lute of gold did gather mold, lost for many years. I cannot lie, Brenvale did die, tripping on a tomb. And finally, we present the Oaken Order with the Staff of the Wild Woods, after solving the wizard
Oaken
Earl
Order
of Rue's
commends
puzzle.
you, Aspirant.
Aspirant Veloise, claiming all 3 trophies makes you the champion of the Sapphire Tourney. Come, you have earned a boon from your commander. From this day forward, you are a knight of High Isle. Be brave, courteous, loyal, and act with honor. Arise, Dame Isobel Veloise.
Lord Commander, I know what my boon will be. You may know as well. Please release Aurelia from the promise you made. Allow her to make her own choice to marry or not, as she sees fit.
I cannot deny such a selfless boon. Aurelia is free to make her own choices, within reason.
Oh, thank the 8.
Dame Isobel, I am deeply impressed. I wish to speak with you and your second. Find me in my office at your convenience.
I couldn't have done this without you. Let's see what the commander has to say before I thank you myself.
I was tired of walking anyway.
You did well, Isobel. It seems as though your second was a great boon to you today. Second, step forward. I'd like to speak to you.
Oh, she was amazing! I am so proud of you. Dame Isobel. What a nice ring to it.
They're far more than a mere second, Commander.
I've known Isobel, Dame Isobel, for many years. It was encouraging to see her push herself like this. I believe your able assistants may have also played a part? Well, I believe a knight should not be measured by the worth of their weapon, but by the allies they keep. The Knights of High Isle pride ourselves on our courtesy, and I personally always wish to honor good people. For acting as Dame Isobel's second during this year's Sapphire Tourney, I want to formally extend my thanks, as both Knight Commander and as a mother.
I've been so tense and worried over Mother's rash promise. I knew my Isobel would help make things right. And you too, of course. Thank you 1,000 times.
What a day. I suppose that just shows what determination can get you. When the tourney began, Aurelia was in the depths of despair. I was struggling. And now look at us. Thank you. Take the credit you're due. You kept me focused, gave me a sounding board, and most importantly, I knew whatever happened, I wasn't alone. I can't tell you what that meant to me. I still can't get used to it. Dame Isobel Veloise. I dreamed about wearing shining armor, riding a valiant steed. So far it's been crypts, creatures, and a lot of running around. I've loved every moment. Except maybe the poetry part. I've been thinking. I have a place here on High Isle, but I think I want to expand my horizons. I would like to see more, do more, learn more. If you could use a strong and loyal knight of High Isle in your travels, I'm up for anything. If you'll excuse me, I have to get my things. I want to get ready for adventure.
I'm sorry, Mother, but you didn't break your word. And I didn't get stuck having breakfast across from Morton's or Langley. Ugh.
I think things have turned out just the way they should have. Just be ready to see Isobel less often, dear. A page has turned on our little story. So Isobel will leave High Isle and learn about the wider world. It truly is a brand new day. I'm glad she'll have someone capable like you by her side. She's like a second daughter to me. Not that you heard me say that. I hesitate to say. If I tell you, do you swear on your honor that you will share this with no one? Particularly not Isobel or Aurelia. When Aurelia was very young, her father passed away. She barely remembers him, dear man that he was. I spoke to a druid, an old woman in the woods, and asked for her blessing so that Aurelia would have a good, easy life. The witch in the wood made me promise that Aurelia would win favor as a knight, or win a knight's favor by the time she reached my age. As you can tell, Aurelia is hardly knightly material, and that deadline is quickly approaching. I did, and thank the divines she won the favor of a knight. I saw the witch at Isobel's knighting ceremony, and she gave me a sly wink. Our bargain is met, and my daughter is safe. Thanks to you, Second, and Dame Veloise.